Before the spotlight, before the polished images and carefully curated feeds, there was a silent promise Sarah Jane made to herself. A promise whispered in moments of doubt, when the world felt too loud and her dreams felt too fragile to share. She did not know then that this promise would one day shape her identity as an Instagram fashion influencer admired by thousands. Her story is not simply about fashion or fame, but about becoming, about choosing courage repeatedly when comfort was easier. If stories of ambition, growth, and transformation inspire you, now is the perfect time to subscribe to Sweet Models World, where we bring you closer to the real journeys behind today's most captivating models and influencers. Sarah Jane's journey began far from the glamour people now associate with her name. Like many young dreamers, she grew up navigating expectations that often conflicted with her inner desires. From an early age, she was observant, noticing how clothing could change the way people carried themselves, how confidence could be stitched into fabric, and how style could speak louder than words. Fashion was never just about trends for her. It was about identity. Each outfit she imagined felt like a step toward discovering who she truly was. As a teenager, Sarah Jane found herself drawn to creative spaces. She spent hours studying fashion imagery, not with envy, but with curiosity. She analyzed poses, lighting, textures, and colors, slowly building an understanding of visual storytelling. Even without professional tools or guidance, she experimented. She learned how posture could convey strength, how simplicity could feel powerful, and how authenticity could make even the most ordinary look unforgettable. These early explorations laid the foundation for what would later become her digital presence. Despite her passion, the path forward was never clear. Like many aspiring creatives, Sarah faced moments when practicality seemed to demand compromise. There were voices around her that questioned the sustainability of a career rooted in fashion and social media. But deep down, she believed that fulfillment came from pursuing purpose, not settling for certainty. That belief became her anchor during times when progress felt slow and validation felt distant. When Sarah Jane finally stepped into the world of Instagram, it was not with the expectation of instant recognition. Her early posts reflected experimentation and growth. They were raw, honest, and evolving, much like her mindset at the time. She shared her style not to impress, but to express. Slowly, people began to notice something different. Her content felt real. It carried a sense of intention that resonated with viewers who were tired of perfection without personality. As her following grew, so did her awareness of influence. Sarah understood that visibility came with responsibility. She became mindful of the messages she projected, choosing to highlight confidence, discipline, and self-respect. Her captions often reflected her inner journey, offering encouragement to others navigating uncertainty. She did not position herself as flawless, but as someone learning, adapting, and improving with each step forward. The transition from hobbyist to recognized influencer was gradual, marked by persistence rather than luck. Sarah Jane invested time in refining her craft. She learned about photography, studied branding, and paid attention to how her audience responded to different forms of storytelling. Each post became more intentional, each collaboration more aligned with her values. Rather than chasing every opportunity, she focused on building a cohesive personal brand rooted in authenticity. Behind the scenes, the journey demanded sacrifice. There were long hours spent planning shoots, editing content, and engaging with her community. There were moments when algorithms shifted and growth slowed, testing her patience and resolve. Comparison, a common challenge in the influencer space, occasionally threatened her confidence. Yet, Sarah chose to view these challenges as lessons rather than setbacks. She reminded herself that progress measured only by numbers could never define true success. What truly distinguished Sarah Jane was her ability to evolve without losing herself. As trends changed, she adapted while maintaining her signature aesthetic. Her style matured, reflecting not only fashion evolution but personal growth. She embraced versatility, proving that confidence was her most consistent accessory. This adaptability allowed her to remain relevant while staying grounded in her original vision. Brand collaborations soon followed, and with them came new responsibilities. Sarah approached partnerships with integrity, ensuring alignment between her personal values and the brands she represented. She believed that influence should be earned through trust, not diluted through inconsistency. This approach strengthened her credibility and deepened her connection with her audience. Followers trusted her recommendations because they felt genuine, not transactional. As her platform expanded, Sarah Jane began to see herself not just as a fashion influencer, but as a storyteller. Each image became a chapter, each caption a reflection. She understood that people were not just following her style, but her journey. This awareness shaped the way she shared her life online. She balanced aspirational content with moments of vulnerability, reminding her audience that growth is rarely effortless. Beyond Instagram, Sarah explored opportunities that challenged her creatively. Photo shoots, fashion events, and collaborative projects pushed her beyond familiar territory. Each experience reinforced her belief in continuous learning. She welcomed constructive criticism, knowing that refinement was essential to longevity. This mindset allowed her to navigate the competitive fashion landscape with resilience and grace. Despite increasing recognition, Sarah remained deeply connected to her origins. She often reflected on the early days when her audience was small and her vision uncertain. Gratitude became a core part of her identity. She acknowledged the support of those who believed in her potential before it was visible. This humility resonated with her followers, reinforcing the idea that success does not require forgetting where you started. Sarah Jane's influence extends beyond aesthetics. She represents the modern generation of digital creatives who understand that authenticity is currency. Her story encourages aspiring models and influencers to focus on growth rather than comparison, to value consistency over instant gratification. Through her journey, she demonstrates that confidence is built through action, not approval. In an industry often criticized for superficiality, Sarah stands as a reminder that depth and beauty can coexist. Her commitment to self-improvement, her respect for her audience, and her dedication to her craft have shaped a brand that feels both aspirational and attainable. She proves that success in a digital age is not about fitting into a mold, but about creating one's own path. Today, Sarah Jane is recognized as an Instagram fashion influencer whose presence reflects elegance, discipline, and purpose. Her journey continues to inspire those who see themselves in her early struggles and current achievements. She embodies the idea that dreams grow when nurtured with patience and belief. As her story unfolds, Sarah remains focused on evolution rather than arrival. She understands that influence is fleeting without substance, and she continues to invest in both her creative and personal growth. Each new chapter builds upon the last, creating a narrative defined not by perfection, but by progress. Sarah Jane's biography is ultimately a story of courage. The courage to start without certainty, to continue without applause, and to stay authentic in a space that often rewards imitation. Her journey reminds us that the most powerful transformations begin internally, long before they are recognized externally. If Sarah Jane's story moved you, motivated you, or reminded you of your own dreams, stay connected with Sweet Model's World. This is where stories of ambition, resilience, and beauty beyond the surface come to life. Here, we celebrate not just the faces you admire, but the journeys that inspire you to believe in what is possible.